What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video we're going to be checking out XLM. So if you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe for more, leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. Hey, hit that 200 subscriber count. Thank you so much for hooking it up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sticking around and supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. You know, we're trying to grow, we're trying to build, and we're trying to make some profits for the pockets, baby. So hey, I just wanted to give a shout out and I appreciate that. So if we're looking at XLM here on the daily, I had a question about, you know, do we need 5 waves down? And technically, you never need something, right? You never need 5 waves down. It just would make it less nerve-wracking when we get up to our retracement levels, right? So what are our retracement levels? So from this high to low, all right, from this high to low or low to high, right? The retracement level is 45 cents. Okay, on the weekly, I got it at it's at like 44.5 just because it's a weekly close, so it's it's a little bit more important for us to close on the weekly. But for us to even think about, for us to think about closing above that area on the weekly, we have to get above this area on the daily. Okay, I'm not even really tracking that just yet because if we can't even get above 38.7, that's the 382 of this move. That's the 382 of this move. Right, if we can't even get above 38.7 and close, we're not even thinking about 45. Right, kind of simplify the channel. Right, if A then B right now, A happened, so we're looking for lower prices. We do have on the weekly, we have this 32.2. It's that weekly 618. Possibility. Possibility for sure. Just because until we start clearing above 38.7 on the weekly and closing above it, right? So we tried to get above here and we just slammed right below it. So if we need to come up, close above this, and then go. That's what we need to do. Close above this area, and then we start targeting these areas, right? So that's how it works. That's how it works. So weekly is much more important than the daily, but still the daily feeds the weekly. So overall, right, for us to, right, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'll just draw it up to the 45. So if we get 3 waves, so if we don't get 5 waves, right? So if we don't get 5 waves, so if this is a 3-wave move right here, right? 3-wave move. Okay, that's fine. That's a full correct. That could be a full correction, right? Especially when you have like a cascade liquidation event, that could suffice. But here's the trouble we run into. We need to get, so we'll have one up, one down, right? And then a 1-2 or whatever. And then once we get up to here, 45, what do we do right there? Right, so when you get 3 down and then you get 3 back up, right, then this can turn into like a bigger, A. So like your A, your B, and then you can come back down for an even lower low, like a C. Then you can come down like that, right, something like that. And then you go. I hope that makes sense. I hope, right, I can redraw it so it's a little bit more clear. But when you work in threes are not the most ideal just because they're typically corrective in nature, right? Threes are typically corrective. So you'd have like a, your 1, 2, 3. That's your A, right? This is your A. Then you'd have a 1, 2, 3, right? Just get a little bit higher. Oh, sorry. This your B, right? It could be right up to there, right? So you have your A, your B, and then you would have a, 1, 2, 3. And that's your C, right? And then you'd be ready to go up, right? Then you'd be ready to go up. Or we can just, if this is a 3-wave move to the downside, we would need something like this. We need to get up above, close above, use it as support, and go. Something like that. Right? It's not to scale, right? It's not to scale. Right? Your third wave is probably going to be a lot bigger than that. It's bigger than your fifth. It's just an illustration, right? You need 5 waves up. So this area, once we get up there, I think we're in a 4th wave right now. I do. There's not a lot of volume, right? Not a lot of volume. We're moving up with not a lot of volume. It's kind of indicative of just shorts lifting up their positions, taking profits, getting ready to re-enter. We have some areas on the 4-hour where it would make more sense for you to see, right? Especially, or even right here. I mean, even right here, right? When you come up to this area right here, and then just, come down a little bit, down to this 32 cent, 34 is at the 200. I think you could wick down below at that 32 cent. That's where that weekly 618 is. It's at that 32.4. Once we get into that situation, I'll throw that on the chart. It just gets a little messy. So, but yeah, so that's kind of the method behind the madness of the 3-3, the 3s, the 5s, and the 7s, right? 3, 5, 7. 7 is a complete wave count. 3 is typically corrective, and 5s are typically impulsive, right? So either we need to get the heck out of Dodge, close above 387, and then close above this 4.5 level, 4.52, close above, and then we're like, okay, then we're good. But I would, in all honesty, I would rather just see us come down right now. Just come down, like do this, and then come down, and then bounce from here. Then you get like your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Not drawn to scale. Right, but you know you have 5 down, so then you're complete. This is complete. This whole thing is complete, right? Then you'd have your complete A, B, C, something like that. Okay, or even, yeah. So that's that, right? So for now, right, we have the levels we need to get above and stay above. We are above our September open. We're above the daily 786. We are, this 20 and this 50 are it's kind of nerve. You know how I feel with these when they're right below one another, right? We could be getting ready to do something like this, right? Or we can just reject off of it, and this thing, it starts trying to get down below the 100. So that's that for the daily. Let me look at the RSI. We'll check out the Fu Manchu. Right, Fu Manchu, you got that would be nice, right? We've always talked about the momentum, right? Momentum. If you have a higher low on momentum. Higher low on momentum would be great, right? You would have a higher low on momentum with almost equal lows. What did this get to? 344, 3449. So pretty much equal lows. Just a slightly higher low, right? The stochastic is looking like it wants to bounce, but still meat left on the bone, right? We've come down. We're still in a downtrend. There's nothing indicating that this is a strong move yet, right? There's nothing yet. So I'm not getting my hopes up just yet, right? Not just yet. I don't, until we break above this area. Like, there's 3 areas we need to break above. We need to break above the moving average. We need to break above the 51.55 and the sell side wall on the RSI. So there's 3 areas, right? Any one of these 3 areas can have us just slam down and get a lower low. Any one of those. Any one of those areas. So, so that's what we got now on the daily. On the Fu Manchu, we got that. On the 4-hour, what about the 4-hour? I've just been tracking this on the side. So we kind of had this ascending wedge. We came up, kind of slammed down under it. Where are we? We are above the 618, right? We're above the 618. This 382 right before the gatekeeper is that's what I was saying, is there's a big hurdle right before the gatekeeper. Big hurdle, right? This thing right here can just slam you down. Right, so keep an eye on 382. There's so much resistance now right up through here. Unless you have a strong move, right? This 50, people are going to be shorting, because you got to think about entry levels for shorts, right? What are good setups for shorts? Let's invert this, right? Let's think like a bear, right? To beat a bear, you got to think like a bear. Okay, so you're thinking, if you're a bear, right? You had this impulse up, right? You kind of had like a 1, 2. You had your 3, okay, and then you're kind of oscillating down, right? These areas down through here are probably going to be areas where they start entering their shorts, right? I mean, if I was a bear, I'd definitely, I mean, without a doubt, I mean, if you make it through the 50, I mean, I'm entering right here at the 786 because you're losing, because this is going to slowly, it's going to get chipped away a little bit, chipped away a little bit. It's going to chip away a little bit. It's going to get really weak. I mean, this 200 day and then just, you know, target lower, right? So that's kind of, you got to think like a bear, right? And right, if we're thinking three waves, you're thinking three waves to the downside, and that would complete your 5-wave move. You would have 5 waves, right? You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's the reason why I kind of want 5 for. That's why I want another one to the downside, just because it'll complete the bearish correction, right? And then bears, you know, the crazy ones will still try to short. You know, they'll pile in shorts down in, you know, down through here, and then they just get, that's the fuel to the fire, right? That's when everyone is extremely bearish at the lows, when it's like, dude, you just completed a 5-wave move to the downside, right? Like, come on, it's almost over. You missed out. It's almost like longing at, you know, when you miss this entire move, right? You miss this entire move and you get FOMO, and you long like somewhere down through here. You go long, and you're like, okay, we're going to 65 cents, and then you just get wrecked. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, right? You're longing at the bottom right here. That's pretty much where shorts are going to be longing, or shorts are going to be shorting, right? Somewhere through here, right? You've already had a move. You've already had your move. This whole entire move. I mean, this whole entire thing could have been shorting from right here. Could have shorted from right here. This is kind of like your last chance before the reversal, in my opinion. I think, you know, I think this is a clean structure so far, right? You have your clean A wave, 3-wave move, 5-wave move, if you want to call it a 5, right? Potato, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 1, 2, 3. Now you got 1, 2, 3. Right? Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need one more to the downside. Just one more. So those are it's kind of my idea. I'm not a perma bull. I'm not always bearish. We were calling for a correction on this channel. I just thought it would be a little bit, I thought it would just take, I didn't think it would take as long. A lot of these corrections have just been they've been complex, right? You think you got a C wave in, and then it's not a C wave at all. It's, you know, it's a complex correction, complex 3-wave correction, right? So, you know, this kind of looked like your C wave. It kind of looked like your A, B, C, but now the overall structure is kind of looking like you have like a expanded B wave almost, right? Kind of got like an A, right? B, C, and then you have like a WXY, right? You got like a WXY as well. WXY. Sorry. So 3-wave move after your 3-wave move. A 3-wave after the 3-wave, right? So that's kind of what it's looking like now. It's just another complex correction. Something like we had over here, right, through November. I mean, through November, right? A lot of people were saying, we're thinking this was the low. Like down through here, right? Something like that. Like, oh, we found our low. Then you have like a WXY. And then you kind of got out of there a little bit. Okay. So there's still some areas that we need to get above. But I think a correction is still needed. On the 4-hour for the Fu Manchu, you had a green dot, but there's no momentum. The RSI, I mean, the RSI is trying to, you know what I mean? You're making higher lows, getting higher highs. I mean, until you get above this 51.55, close above it, I don't think so. You kind of got like a, right, I'm going to throw this on here because this already played out. I'm going to throw this on here now. What did I just delete? I don't want to delete that. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Alright, something like this. Something like this, dude. Alright, alright, we're kind of at that spot right now, actually. My mouse is so bad, dude. And it's not that it's bad, it's actually an expensive mouse. That's what's so annoying about it. It's just so sensitive. So yeah, we're kind of like right on that. Is this, yeah. Let's do this. Bingo. Right there. Something like that. It'll take us right to that 382. Okay. Okay. So we got that. Okay, cool. We got something like that. I know it looks wonky, but it's good on the 2 hour. We'll check it on the 2 hour. So that's that. So that's XLM right now in the, in the nutshell, right? We have red dots across everything on the Fu Manchu. I mean, you got a red dot on the 2-day. Let's move this just to the hourly. I don't need this everywhere. That's just gonna make it ugly. Right, red dot on the 2-day, red dot on the 3-day. I mean, below the RSI. Did I see that? You're trying to cross above the RSI. When do we close? We close in a day and 9 hours. Did we just close the 3-day? We closed the 3-day today. The weekly, you've been red, and you're rejecting off the RSI, right? We made our decision. We were saying, hey, let's make a decision. We were, trying to, and just got slammed down once again. Could not close above that. Go check out that last video. We were saying, hey, if we don't get above this 387, this gatekeeper, and stay above it, correction continues. This correction will continue. So overall, even on the weekly, it looks like we almost have 5. You got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you need one more down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. Then go. That's what it kind of just looks like. It just looks like it wants one more. It looks like it wants one more. That's what it looks like. So, no, just still a red dot. You're still kind of just going sideways, right? You're not really losing a ton of momentum. Like through here, we got a red dot and we just tanked. Right here, you got a red dot. You're kind of just going sideways, right? From the red dot, we are up. From this red dot, I mean, we were down. Even on our retrace levels, right? We tried to get up and just tanked. So yeah, so that's that. What can I do? What can I do? The 2 weeks, we do have a red dot on the 2 week. Not great. Not great. Every red dot we've had has turned into, downward price action for weeks and weeks, right? Weeks and weeks. So can't just use one indicator. Can't just use that. But overall, I mean, it doesn't look great. The last time we had a red dot here was in January. Everyone remembers February and March. So, these are the key areas, right? Key areas, right? We dropped below 32 cents. The biggest takeaway, the biggest thing that we don't want to see is if this overall is a 3-wave move. 1, 2, 3, and we come down to like 14 cents or something like that, and then go. I mean, that's right now that we drop below 32 cents, and there's a strong possibility that because after 32 cents down through here is just 25 cents, and then you're invalidating this whole entire structure. You're invalidating everything, right? Because your 1, 2 came down through here, right? Your 1, 2. So, right, invalidating the whole structure. You start closing down below here. Yeah, you are therefore. I mean, last time we had to bounce off the 50. I know. It's like, do we really have to come down to 25 cents again? It's a possibility. It's a strong it's a possibility. Until we clear out of this retrace zone, like I was talking about, the retrace zone for this area, we failed to get above the retrace zone on this area, right? We came down. Sorry, I thought I had my cursor out. Right, came down like this, and right now this could be an A, this could be your B, and then now we're working on our C. Right, you come down not that low, but I mean, you take out these lows, you take out 20 cents, you'd come down below 20 cents for sure. If this is an ABC, because it's not an overshooting V wave, right? That's what, right? Protecting your capital, having a plan, right? Knowing the levels, right? Knowing the levels, having a plan, sticking to it. So that's what I got for today. You know, keep your wits about you. Make sure you have a plan and stick to it. So, you know, if you have any questions or concerns, drop it down in the comments. I'll get back to them as soon as possible. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Peace.